Okay, I'm a nut. Over the winter time, I built a little hothouse, and I started over 100 tomato plants for my friends. So you can see them at different stages, and it's March 16th today. But I even have more you can see coming up in the top here. But there's just a bunch of different types of tomatoes. I've got beefsteak from last year. I've got some Romas from a friend, and just a bunch of tomatoes started. A bunch of different kinds started from seed for fun. And you can see them all growing. Like I said, I've got over 96, there's probably about 103 or something, actual 1-gallon pots of tomatoes at different stages. These are all from my buddy Gene. These were his awesome growing cherry tomato plant. And you can see how they're doing. And I planted them all in these little pots, but I started them and then I seeded them close to the very bottom. And then as they grow up, I'll show you another example over here. As the plants actually grow up, I keep filling up, like this one here. I'll trim this off and I'll fill this up with dirt so the root system can really get in good. Fertilized water with worm castings. So it's kind of a fun thing. I mean, I'm not going to grow this many tomatoes. There's no way. I'll probably keep like 6 for me and then give the rest of them away. And I was thinking about actually taking throwing up a website and numbering each plant and asking my friends to go online and upload photos of the plant during its growth this summer, so I can kind of see the handiwork, and we all kind of compare the different brands. Anyway, we'll see how it turns out. There's also some 25-foot tall Italian tomato plants that I bought off Amazon.com. I bought the seeds off there, but it looks like that's a hoax, and from the Amazon site, it looks like the pictures weren't really taken of the plant, but taken of species of this plant at the Epcot Center. So it'll be interesting. Some people say that this grows really big, but it doesn't fruit the first year. Well, in that case, where we're living, it would get frost over the winter and die off, so it's probably not going to work out. But I started all these seeds anyway. And in the back, you can see some Brussels sprouts. I started them, I don't know, a few months ago, and they're getting pretty large. I'm going to have to get them in some bigger pots. But I just wanted to take a moment and kind of show you the garden, what I'm trying to do. Oh, these are really cool. My buddy Colum wanted to grow a garden last year, and so he wanted some, I gave him some new potatoes that I didn't eat, and they were starting to seed, and he's all perfect. Well, he planted them, and he gave me some potatoes, so the new potatoes that he grew in his garden, and he also gave me some seed pods. And so what I did was I actually started the seed pods, and so these are actually, they're called true seed potatoes, which means I started them from a seed, and they have 2 sets of chromosomes, potatoes, so who knows what I'm going to end up with. It's kind of exciting, but they're going to be small this year, but next year they'll be bigger. But it's just kind of fun carrying on, getting the seeds from my friends and actually starting the plants that they grew last year. So I'm going to give it back to them. So Colum gave me, he had these Cherokee red or Cherokee purple tomatoes, and I was able to start a bunch of them from seed, and you can kind of see some down here. They're doing really well. So it's kind of fun. It's a little hobby. It's a learning experience. I wanted to kind of figure out how to do this. And the fan you hear is actually solar powered. What I did was last year I built this over my existing tomato plants towards the end of the season because I still had tomatoes. So I ended up actually learning how to tie the tomatoes up with strings and go around these little rods, and it worked out really well. But anyway, what happened was I didn't have any ventilation in here, so everything got kind of moldy and died off. So I ended up putting in a louvered fan system. You can kind of see the fan, and that's solar powered. So when the sun shines towards the afternoon, it fires up the fan. The fan runs for about 4 hours, and it cross draws air through. Anyway, just wanted to kind of show you guys. This is what happens when you start trying to seed stuff. Here's a bunch of basil actually started from seed as well. And then what you can't see in here is I started a bunch of potatoes and radishes and beets. and they were all kind of lined up down here. And I ran out of room, so I had to get rid of them for the tomatoes, so they're outside now, fending for themselves in the weather. Anyway, that's it. If you guys think I should build that website, I don't know, leave a comment below and just tell me. And if you're a friend of mine in the Sacramento area and you want one of these plants or a few of these plants to grow, let me know as well. Thanks a lot. Bye.